Hello, everybody. All right. Ah, ah. I told you we'd be back, and we're back. All right. Uh, ha, I am, well, what did I do? I did something here. Don't know what it was, but I did something. Uh, hmm. There we go. All right. I had to make a little adjustment. No, not that kind of adjustment. But anyway, here we go. Time to go to bed. Wake up the next morning. We made $13,881. And we're going to get up when the rooster crows. We always wake up when the rooster crows. All right. Irwin, you know I actually know a girl with that name. We've been friends for a long time. Well, not close friends, but friends. Now, that sounds better. All right, guys. Y'all got to get going. What if any of these guys dislike me? You don't know what they're thinking. He always sends me there. He always does this. You know, I don't know. And get across here. They are all gone. Germany provided energy sublines for glass producers. The decrease in production costs was reflected in glass prices. Well, I ain't got no glass. I got some hybrid. We got 60 paper cups now. We got 144 bottles. Well, we may have to sell a few right there for that price. And for that price, we'll sell some of those. Binders, puzzles. Uh, we'll sell about 7 puzzles. And jars. I'm going to hang on to them. 120. I just don't sell, for at any price. I have to make some profit here. That's good enough. Now, what do we want to go do? That's 85. Junkyard's 98. 86, 89, 70. 79, and 82. Well, all right, I'm not crazy about going here. Got it. Got it pretty cheap, so a lot of waste. Get some of this shit I gotta throw. At least I'll have some of it out of the way. Oh my God, that damn wire's getting in my way again. Get it out of here. It gets up under the edge of where you click on where I click on my mouse, and just drives me bonkers. A little bit of metal. Ouch. All right. Damn, they turned it around on me. And they put a door back behind it. Aha. Oh well. It barely made the truck, but it made the truck. We get to go in there too. All right. We got a lot of shit to throw. Oh, even a trash bag. All right. This is kind of fun. Gives me something to do instead of standing there and wait on them. Oh, wait a minute. There's more metal. And a jug. Hey, this one's got, instead of having it upstairs, it has two doors back behind it. Aha. Yeah. I knew if I got that in there, it was going to roll. There we go. Yeah, I had 27 viewers this morning. That was just out of this world. I really enjoyed this morning. I was just, kind of like speechless in a way. I didn't know what to think. I mean, hell, I've never had that many people watch me. So, I almost didn't know what to say at times. All these people sending me text messages are driving me nuts. The bag is full. That ain't gonna work. Get it up there. Don't look like we got too much left. It showed something on the inside in there. Yeah, we got some Billy Badass storms coming later. Now it looked like it was in this room. Nope, it's in the next room. Aha. I'm hearing something. I'm looking around like crazy, like, where is it? Woohoo, it must be all the boxes. Got it. I got back right before the guys did. I forgot to put the bio waste in here. Got to start making my stuff. I'll never get them 500 boxes. Bottles, I mean. Are you serious? That's all? Oh, I forgot I got to reset all these. Not this end. I just got to reset the ones in the back end on all of them. Damn it. Get everything redone here. It don't remember what numbers you put in there from the last time. So give me a chance to get all this filled up anyway. Get all these back to at 100. You can always control the output, but the input has to stay running. And there ain't no better time right now doing this while I'm waiting on them. That's all 100s. That's all 100s. Okay. Just got a McDonald's notification. Mickey D's. Well, we done some crazy shit to old the Jack in the Box clown when he first come out. Yeah, it was mischief. Ain't nothing like pulling up the Jack in the Box with his big old long nose, putting a Trojan on the end of it. Oh. Hey, it was late night. Surely they found it before somebody else seen it. Okay, we're ready to roll. As soon as they get here and I'll get everything unloaded. 103 more. Hoo-yah, off the backboard and in. Y'all got all y'all stuff unloaded? Sort the waste. All right, that's done. Now, I am going to bed, waking up, get started on the next day. I made $7,003. Oh shit. Oh, it's the day to get started. Uh, all right, we got all that done. And that's that. Now we gotta wait. Need 100 more. Tell you what, let's go out one more day. That looks different. Try 185. Deal. Now I'm serious. I'm hearing some weird ass shit. Sounds like wind whistling through a crack. Old as this house is, I'm not surprised. All right. Ah, Jesus Christ. A roll of chip paper. Now, while I'm out here, oh, there it is. I knew I seen something over here. All right. And out the door. Trash bag is full. Had to have my flashlight to find that one. Hell, I can't tell trash from this other shit on the floor. Uh-oh. $200. Shit, let's see if there's anything else on that floor. Nope, but there is outside. I forgot about this. Well, shit, I tried. Ah, shit. Oh my God. Chunk, 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 chunk. And I still got another part of the store to do. I don't think there's nothing else back here. I don't know whether I'm just freaking tired or what's going on. Excuse me. There's another box. Damn it, boy. The bag is full. Ugh. These dang boxes. Got a lot of shit to chunk. There's another box. And there's another box. Well, oh, great. Uh-oh. I got two of them. Damn, boy. Come on, get that shit up in there. I'm missing something. Oh, I don't see it. Wait a minute. Way down here. I'm done. I'm going back to the warehouse. I'm done. I am collecting my bins. And I'm going, woo! Well, I'm starting to run out of room. All right, here we go. I gotta find a different way to. Oh, chisel shit. Can I go around down here? Yeah. Wish I had a damn forklift. One of y'all dropped a bag. Damn. Still short. There we go. Nope, they're not done yet. Damn. guess that's it. All right. Now, all we have to do is get the pallet jack again. Move it over the other side. Oh, wait a minute. Let that down. But leave the pallet jack. Oh, boy. Okay. Ooh, wee. I think I ate too much dinner. Because it's starting to make me sleepy as shit. Yeah. I also got those storms about to come through here. They say it's just scattered. And the main ones are going to be after 7 o'clock. So, what they say. Well, let's send you this one. Go, 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 go. Still got a lot of pipe left to make. Stretch. I think I may need to go get my lower back support. I think it's in this room, I'm not certain. 100% certain. But it should be. Uh-oh. Didn't have enough. Let's see. 22. That's all I need. That'll have my 504. Woo! I'm trying to debate on whether I want to wait till they come back. Usually I just load them up and let them run until they get back. Nah, let's just keep doing it like we was doing. All right. I'm going to take a short break. Go in there and kind of walk around a little bit, wipe my face, see if I can wake up a tad. If not, man, I'm going to take a damn nap. I don't want to do that. But I will be right back. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, that's it. They call it pause screen. I'll be right back. I think what it is I ate too much for dinner. It's made me tired. Made me tired. That's what I think. All right, I'll be right back live here in just a second. All right. Let's get this stuff going. Wood. Paper. Plastic. Metal. Glass. Tell you what, let's go over here and put it over here. There we go. Stuff coming out the front of it. That is a good sign. Paper cups. Everything's moving. I got me a little peppermint patty. I've got an idea. No, that won't work. Yeah, it might. I was thinking about moving this one back and putting it straight right here to help that wood come out of there. But it still have to go through a curve. The metal don't have no problem. It's the wood that gets hung up in there every once in a while. Let's go around back. Check on the machines. Back here. watched me before know that I keep 100 in all of those just to keep the back end running. Well, if this ain't running, the front ain't running. Noisy little shit, ain't it? Kind of reminds me of the other game that I used to play. Damn. It's where it made guns and ammunition. Well, why ain't this working? I ain't got nothing in it. Are we out of plastic already? We're already out of plastic. I mean paper. Oh, that machine ain't supposed to be running this easy. Okay. Now we gotta make some bottles here pretty soon out of this. They're next. There we go. There it comes. Eee, got it before it even hit the floor. That's a pretty darn interesting game, I'll tell you. Keeps you busy. But I still think that might work. If I take this out, move this back one, and put it straight, that would give that wood it'd be rolling before it got into the curve. But then I'd have to do something with this one. This one it would have to go through a curve here, so ain't no reason messing with it. As my old man used to say, if it's working, don't jack with it. If you got something and it works, don't mess with it. He told me that about my machines when I started running printing presses. He said, if you got it running, it looks good, either just don't jack with it. Either you start jacking with it, you're going to mess it up. He said, then you got yourself a problem. He said, why create a problem when you don't have one? I appreciate you all tuning in. Some of you may be coming back for the second time. Those of you that haven't, my name is Tex. Big Tex. Some people call me Tex. And I'm in North Central Texas, and I enjoy playing games and streaming. So if you'd like to hit that subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. And we'll sit here and have fun every day, because I stream just about every day unless I'm in real life. It rips me away from it. Like 5 more there. That'll be finished. Yeah, if I went Hey, Silver Tiger, welcome back. Come on now. Yeah, I did try another game, and things just didn't work out like I planned. They're unloading over there. With that game, it just it was a play test. It got sent to me by a friend, and I played it. I liked the game, but it locked up on me. Still got plenty of wood. I mean paper. That's what I like to do, just cross one of them out and hit the button. I'll leave that on 100. I don't care if it just started over. Unless it's at 90 something. Woo! That'll take care of all that. You need to wear earplugs around these machines. That's going to take care of what I got left in there. And that'll take care of what I got left. So I got enough to keep them running till they run out now. Oh, that one's done. Let's tag it. Get another pallet. I grab the pallet and then I hit E to unlink it. But I don't want to move all of them. I just want to move one. Come on, little speed demon. How many bottles go to a pallet? 72. So we need 71, 72. I'm going to make 2 pallets. There we go. Holy shit. Well, we're going to make some folders after this, I guess. I think that's why I like playing it so much. I get to make all different kinds of products and sell them. Ah, there we go. And one more. That's marked. Now we get to go to folders. I think 28 goes on a pallet. I can't remember. Wish I had a little more light. 60. So we're going to do 59 and 60. That's what I want to produce. So I just let her run now. Well, I think I'm just going to let him sort it. And I'm going to go to bed and wake up. We'll finish these in the morning. I can get them drivers sent out. Sort the waste. Let's get busy, baby. I get done with all this, I'll quit losing money. Ha! Yeah, cock-a-doodle-doo and chicken dumplings. I just accept all of her deals because she's supposed to be good at it. She makes it. I figured out what the phone call deal was. If you have 8 trucks, you need a girl to man that desk that will make 8 calls a day. That's what the call deal is. You know, I'd really like to follow them one day. I'd like to go watch them pick trash up. Damn, it's still making it. Ah. Let me see here. Not 2 on that one. We're going to finish some of those pallets. These are binders. It calls them folders, but they're binders. Those are folders down there. Oh, and they call them envelopes. I mean, those are big enough to don't look like envelopes, but I guess they are. Evidently, we're out of glass. Now we're out of wood. The only thing we're not out of is plastic. It's still sending plastic into the main machine. And that is fine with me. So everything should be done making. Now, since that's all done, let's go over here and see if we can make us a little money. Just a little bit. Let's start at the bottom. I got no glass blocks. I don't have enough pipe. I got 144 axes. Let's make one deal. Wants 54. We're going to go 54 for 15,000. That should be all we need to make today if we sell it. Hey, looky here. I wonder if they go 40 on that. For 40, you got a deal. Oh, they got it. $40,000. Boom. I don't think we need to sell anything else. I think we need to go out and get some more stuff. Ah, I hate that place. See if we can find something a little more balanced. I'll give you 150. Just so I'll have something to do. Jesus, sheep shit, Batman. I told this one old girl once, back with in high school, I said, I said, I couldn't play Batman and wear those tights. And she goes, why? And I looked at her and I smiled. I said, do you really want to know? And she goes, oh my God, and started laughing. You say some crazy shit in high school, though. Oh, But I was pretty popular with the ladies, especially the girls that were a class below me. They I had math with a bunch of them, and they didn't understand some of the math, and I'd help the teacher, teach them what they needed to know. I wasn't the teacher's pet. I did you how to do the shit. I was smarter than the average bear in math. I think the reason that was my dad. My dad was really smart in school. He was a high school king in his class. They had the king and queen. He was king of the prom. And when he got into printing, he started teaching me a lot about adding and stuff, because printing was a lot about numbers. Sometimes you would number stuff. Let's say you had something that was six around. Yeah, and when you cut it, all the numbers have to come out right when you cut it. So in order for that to happen, if you're numbering with a number machine, every number on the number machine had to be divisible by 6. So one number machine would be at 0, the next number machine would be at 6, the next number machine would start at 12, and the next number machine would start at 18, and then when they numbered and when they cut them, all the right numbers would come out on top of each other. If that makes sense. They call it mod 6s. They also have mod 9, which is 0, 9, 18, 27, 36, stuff like that. And Dad would teach me all this while I was a young little poopster. So I learned a lot. And what's funny, when I was growing up, I do remember telling Dad this too. I told him, I said, he'd ask me, you going to be a printer? And I tell him, no, I'm never going to be a printer. You get your hands too dirty. And he laughed at me. Well, I guess he had the last laugh, because that's what I ended up doing, was being a printer. Oh, the skillet, I forgot. Oh, greasy ass skillet. I started out in the printing business. Then I changed there. I tried to go to work for a fiberglass company, because for fiberglass, that was the name of the company. But that didn't pan out. That fiberglass ate me alive. So I went to a steel company and learned how to run a computerized shear cutter, which cut the rebars and stuff in half. And they wouldn't hire me no help, because you're supposed to have help on each side popping down 60-foot rebars so you could cut them into pieces and tag them. And I was having to pop the 60-foot rebars and cut them. I give them 3 weeks to hire somebody. They had one guy come in and he worked one night and then didn't show up. So I went ahead and they didn't get nobody. I just left. And I went right back to praying. I liked uh, American history. I hated world history. My daughter, she could sit there and talk to somebody and tell them, they can sit there and carry on a conversation. Her and my uncle did this once. They carried on a conversation about uh, what countries needed this and what countries needed that. And I was like, what in the hell? And she'd be like, well, they get most of their food off of this, and then President so-and-so. And I'm like, what in the hell is she talking about? Hey, stop. I'm going to throw this bag in the back. Tag that one. No, stop. Damn it. I just want you to process that right now. I don't want you to convert it. Of course, I didn't take algebra or none of that. I took what they call fundamental math and advanced fundamental math. And, learning how to. Some of those girls had no idea how to divide fractions. Or, hell, they couldn't even read a ruler. So, guess who had to teach them? Yep, me. Last time I just made one pallet of these, and they sold in a hurry. I guess I'll just make one this time. Let's go 79 and then 100. Now you can make shit. Good. He's already got some over here from the stuff that I gathered, which ain't much. But hey, what the hell? Up. Let's go, boys. Yeah, it's hard to believe. 27. I looked down there and I seen 27. I had to start scrolling up and down and looking to see, make sure I was looking at the right number. That's crazy, dude. I had 27 watching this morning. I think I got 3 likes. What did I do wrong? I didn't fart while I was playing or nothing. I was nice. Oh, shit. You know, I'm thinking about waiting on doing those bins over there where they bring them to every 10 days and do these guys every 5 and those every 10 so I can make more or collect more, whatever it is. Well, let me take a look real quick to see where the storms are. She don't even have an account. Boy, they send a lot of different shit trying to trick you into giving your damn private information. Somebody trying to say, it told me somebody is trying to uh, uh, access some account, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, crap, I don't even have that account. I don't even have an account with them. So if they want to change the password, let them change it. It ain't me. And what's funny is the message from my mother. My mother don't know nothing about them. Yeah, they tried to say that somebody's trying to change the password on the Venmo account, and it was a text message to my mother. My mother is don't know nothing about Venmo. She has never had Venmo, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Yeah, like I said, uh, I had somebody hack into my bank account somehow, and they ordered a $285 wig like black women wear, and then they ordered $185 worth of groceries, and went and picked them up at HEB Groceries down in San Antonio. So, you know, I had to contact my bank. They said, "You haven't been to San Antonio?" I said, "I'll take care of my stepfather who's bedridden. I hadn't been out of town." I said, "In a long time." They run a check on it and refunded me all my money. I thought it was kind of dumb of them to go and order the food and then go pick it up. I mean, they have cameras out in back of that store where you go pick stuff up. So they got your ass on camera picking up that food. And when you pull up, it asks you what color car you're driving. So all they got to do is look at the time they picked it up, look out there, find the color car, the license plate number is on the car. They sit there and run the license plates. They have a name and address to put with it to go arrest or to last. Now, I hope they locked her up with her. I hope they locked her up before she got her wig, too. I contacted that wig website, and told them what happened. And they would say, well, you need to contact your bank. I said, I will. I said, and don't get too happy with that money. I said, because somebody's going to be refunding it. I guess the bank refunds it. I don't know. I don't know if they ever get their money from shit like that or not. I don't know. So we're going to wait till day 130 to run the stuff that they keep bringing and putting in. And 125 is when we'll run these over here. Let's say it's 10:30 something. Let's go ahead and go pick up some shit. It looks like there's a lot of wood. There just ain't much out there. I can sure get a lot of organic. And I use organic, so why not? Now I saved myself $40. Yeah, those storms are supposed to start here. The worst one's supposed to start overnight. Let me see here. Look at the radar. Oh shit. It's raining right now. But the main line is not due through till about 8 o'clock. Hell, I was looking forward to streaming tonight, but I don't want to be streaming and the damn lightning hit. It's already not, every one time lightning struck around here and knocked out both damn TVs. Problem was, we got them back. We both got brand new TVs. For all we had to do is pay our little deductible. We have that, we have that insurance through DirecTV, and if anything happens to your TV, I mean anything, all you got to do is pay that little $49 deductible, and they will bring you a brand spanking new one, just like the one you got, or with similar specs. Because they didn't have the TV I got now, is the one they replaced, and the one before that, they quit making it in a 55. They only made it in 60 inch. So they had to get me a brand new 60-inch TV, and they got it from Best Buy. and they delivered that shit right to my damn door. There ain't no more doors in here. Well, that's it. We got some organic to make some more stuff. My bag's hanging out the side of the truck. Damn, it's just 12 o'clock. Get that shit out of the truck. I'm making another run. I'm gonna make another run. I got time to make another small run. I think I can get that in for another 100. I'm gonna give you one more dollar. He knew I was fixing to bolt on his deal. I'll give him a dollar more than what I offered him before, and that's it. Be back. I'll be back. Yeah, it was a pretty big thing with the ladies. And after, I guess, I got into a couple of one scrap in school, and the guys started leaving me the hell alone. Some old boy come in our school from a reform school, big old boy, and he just, I guess, caught me at the wrong time in my life. Because I bulldogged him right out there in the middle of the schoolyard. I took him down, and I could have hog-tied his ass if I wanted to. After that, everybody left me the hell alone. Picking on me come with a, after that, picking on me come with a risk. So see, my dad always taught me, it takes a bigger man to walk away from the fight than it does to fight. So that's what I did. And I took shit for years. People picking on me, taking my lunch money, you know. And then one day in, sixth grade, they seen a sample of it. Just a small sample. But in high school, they got a full sample of me going off on that boy, and they're like, no. Damn. About damn time. It was funny after I learned that some of them were having their doubts about jacking with me, I started taking up for more people. They couldn't take up for themselves. Damn it. Got it. Damn. Some of them old little kids, they can't take up for themselves. So the bigger guys went to messing with them. The bigger guys went to jacking with them. I just step in. Ah, cool. I guess you might say I got bullied on so much in school that I did not like bullies. Let me chunk that down. Jesus Christ. Aha. Well, let's throw some more shit over there by the door. Here we go again. I got all that the first try. Well, in my junior high and the classes below that, I wasn't that big, and I wouldn't fight back. Whatever they done to me, I just let them do it. And then my mom, she got remarried, and the guy she remarried was a pretty badass around here in my town. And he told me, he said, your dad's right. Sometimes it takes a bigger man to walk away from a fight than it does to fight. He said, but sometimes, he said, you got to stand your damn ground and let people quit picking on you, or they'll do it all the damn time. He said, if I was as big as you, I'd go around whooping ass for the fun of it. So the next guy that picked on me did not have a good outcome. One thing about it, you ain't gonna get in the cab of my truck with no trash bag on you. Ah. And it's funny because the guys nowadays, they still talk about it. They still talk about me. What gets me is they exaggerate. They'll take a story of me getting on a guy or something, or a guy trying to mess with me, and they'll just exaggerate the hell out of the whole story. And I'll be like, whatever. I'm like, I didn't do that damn much. But my stepfather's uncle, uh, he was an ex-professional boxer, and he taught me how to box right and left-handed. And in high school, I run around with a 3rd-degree black belt my freshman year. So by my sophomore and junior year, there wasn't nobody really messing with me at all. I'd be there for backup for people, try to talk them out of it. And the cops told me around town, after I'd had a couple of scraps, they told me, they said, you need to start warning them boys before you get into it with them. I was like, what do you mean? He said, you let them know up front that you don't want to fight, that you don't want to hurt them. I was like, man, I don't want to tell them that. They're going to want to fight me for sure. But he goes, I'm just telling you, give them a warning. Well, what set me off on that one guy, he, the one that I said was in reform school, we had auto body together, and we were cleaning out a horse trailer, taking stuff out of it, getting ready to spray paint it. And, we didn't wear our school shoes while we was working. We had some old tennis shoes or something we wore while we was working. And I went to put on my cowboy boot before we went to the next classes, because the auto body was my first class. And he had took horse shit from that damn trailer and put it in my cowboy boot. And there was no getting rid of the smell or getting it out. So I had to put them in a trash bag and carry them with me to take them home. But at lunch that day, I was having to stand out there in my paint shoes that I wore in auto body. I told a buddy of mine, I said, I sure want to beat the shit out of him. I said, but he's got a lot of friends. He goes, I got you back. And this other guy said, hell yeah, I got you back too. They said, go ahead, do it. He said, he deserves it. So I took his ass down. And I told him when I let him back up, I said, I'm going to let you up. Because first thing he did when I got him down, he told me, you better let me up. I said, I ain't better do nothing. I said, you forget who got the advantage here? And after I talked to him, I never hit him. I told him, I said, I'm going to let you up, and you feel like a frog, you jump. And I said, I'm going to jump straight down your throat when you do. He got up, stared at me, and he walked off that school campus, and he never come back. I embarrassed that fool. And I seen him later on in life. He was at one of my friend's house, and he was lifting weights. And he said, trying to show me that he could lift all these weights. I looked at him and I kind of smiled. I said, you can lift all the weights you want to. I said, but I'm going to tell you, weights don't fight back. He said, look at my arms. I said, dude, you're just going to move slower. I said, you ain't got a clue what I can do, what I can't do. Back then, I could kick probably flat-footed. I could kick about 7.5, 8 foot high. So I was just smart. Most of the time, I talked my way out of stuff. My friends, especially my black friends, they would be around, and they'd be watching what was going on. And They sat there and said, they tell that man, said, you really don't want to do this. You really don't want to mess with Big, and they said my last name because they called me Big. I wasn't that big. But that name stuck with me in junior high. And they said, what are you doing? He said, what are you doing here? He looked at him and started laughing. He said, I'm fixing to watch you get your ass kicked. They was always coming around. Every time somebody was trying to start shit with me, they'd be like, he said, I come over here to watch you get your ass kicked. That was my favorite line. And sometimes that would be enough to stop the fight. I got kicked out of a football game once when I was in the 8th grade, or no, I was in 9th grade, and I went to a junior high football game, and a guy from the other team was trying to corner one of our cheerleaders out back of the bathroom, and I stepped in. I got a hold of that boy. I let him loose, and he crawled under the fence and took off running. That girl, she thanked me for that, but one of the adults, I was a kid back then, one of the adults seen it and reported it, and they escorted me out of the game even though I told them what happened. He was trying to put his hand on her. And she was the cheerleader. She was the cute girl. I know. I went to school. I went to school with her. Her older sister. And that's what I got locked up for, was taking up for a woman. That's the only time I've ever been locked up. I got locked up for assault with intent to commit bodily harm. What do you mean intent? Shit, I intended to whoop his ass. I intended to knock him crazy. All I did was hit him once and then grabbed him by his neck and slammed his head into the back of the truck window a couple of times. And they got me with intent to commit bodily harm. I was like, what the hell? Then my stepfather had to get in on that shit. He told us that if somebody don't bail him out soon, he told his parents, if somebody don't bail him out soon, he said, you'll be seeing me soon. My stepfather he was just a badass. And I got into it with him once, but he told me, he said, after me and him got into it, he goes, hot damn boy. He said, you're a tough little shit. He said, I want to tell you, he said, I'm a bad son of a bitch. He said, you took my ass down to the floor. He said, there ain't been a man that I've ever fought that took me to the floor. It was funny. I was on him, and next thing I knew, he was on me. Yeah, the guy I went to jail over, he was aggravating this girl, and he done shoved her down and hit her once. I told her, I said, man, leave her. I said, leave her the hell alone. He said, what you gonna do? I said, do it again to see what happens. And he did, and he come over there, and I went up there to talk to him, and he shoved me. That was the wrong thing to do. I stood there, and I walked up on him, and then he reached up there and slapped me on my face. and call me a bitch. No. You ever seen how you light a fuse to a firecracker and sometimes it'll just sizzle for a little bit and then all of a sudden go zoop and bang? That's what happened. He lit my fuse and it just sizzled for a minute and then all of a sudden it went bang and that was it. Of course, the cops knew me. They knew who the hell I was. They went and one of them went down and got me. I told him what happened. He went to Jack in the Box and bought me food. And back then you could actually smoke in the jail. He bought me a pack of cigarettes. He come in there and sat down and have a damn cigarette with me. Oh, shit. Yeah, that old guy's dead and gone now. That cop is. He was a great guy. Of course, my grandfather, he knew my grandfather. My grandfather was a police officer. I tried to stay out of as much trouble as I could, because that's the last thing I wanted to see. Why did he take all that shit out? That's the last thing I wanted to see is my grandfather coming up and taking my ass to jail. And don't think he wouldn't. I remember I was probably 6, 7 years old. And my grandfather and my mother were talking. And I wasn't going to let neither one of them alone. I was just warting the shit out of both of them, trying to get attention. He turned around, reached over, and he grabbed his handcuffs and handcuffed me to the damn rocker. And they took off and went in the kitchen. I didn't get all that other stuff out of the truck. So now it's not reading. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it's reading what I'm putting in there. Yeah, my grandfather was quite the guy. People used to tell me that as long as they wasn't too drunk to drive, he would just follow them home and not give them a ticket or arrest them. He'd just make sure they got home okay. Have I ran from the cops? Not on foot. Not on foot, I haven't. I had a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. They couldn't catch me, but there was a ticket on my windshield when I got back. When I went cruising with another friend of mine in his car to listen to it, to see if I could figure out what was wrong with it. And when I got back to get in my car, there was a ticket on the windshield. He said, "I don't know how fast you was going, but I don't want to lock you up." He said, "So pay this fine and be careful next time." And I seen him later on. I knew who he was. He said, "Yeah," he said, "I'm glad that guy and that Firebird pulled over. He said that Roadrunner was wound out, and he said there was no way in hell I was gonna catch that Roadrunner." I was very, very good with working on hot rods. Of course, my dad raced cars, so I could take a car apart and put it back together. So we stripped down a mini car. I remember as a kid, oh, my grandfather could have killed me. All of his life. He died when he was 58 of a heart attack. He had had a heart attack, and after he had his heart attack, he went back to the force, and he died exercising to keep himself in shape. He went for a walk, went to one of his old houses, asked for a glass of water, and she invited him in because she could tell he wasn't feeling good. And she told him, she said, we need to call an ambulance. There's something wrong with. And he told her, he said, no. He said, yeah, he'd been in the hospital for a heart attack before, and he said he's seen God and asked for a year to get his life straight. Well, when that happened, he told that lady, he said, I asked God for a year to get my life together. He said, and he's given me my year. He said, it's time for me to go. And he passed away right there. Yeah, well, he was a cops nowadays. Some of them don't have, if they get sent on a call and, and they know it's, bad enough, they can get in trouble if they don't do what they're supposed to do. They report everything in. So don't think a cop is being a butthead if he arrests you, because if he don't arrest you, it could be his ass. It's not. See, back in the day, my grandfather, he could let you off if he wanted to. But nowadays, it's all about that mighty dollar. If they take your ass in, not only do they get money from a ticket or a fine or something, they get money from the state for locking your ass up for so much a prisoner. That's kind of like going to being in prison. They get paid so much per prisoner. I was only in there for about 12 hours. My friends bailed me out. My grandfather was dead and gone by then. It would have killed his soul to see me in there. My dad, like to had a fit. My dad come in, he goes, I ain't got the money to get you out. He said, I always told you if you were smart enough to get yourself put in jail, you better be smart enough to get yourself out. I told him I'd already called a friend of mine and he was bringing the money. His boss gave it to him. His boss knew me. And his boss give him the money to get me out of jail. He was on his way down from Dallas. Then I found out they reduced the fine. And they reduced the fine. Well, another friend of mine come got me out. So we took all the money and that was supposed to have got me out. And we went and bought some beer and we all went out to the lake and had a great time, kind of celebrated me being out. Because I was in there I wasn't in but about 10 or 11 hours at the most. And hell, half the cops in there come in there to talk to me. They was all talking to me. I told that one guy about what happened. He goes, you might as well beat the ever-loving hell out of him. I said, why is that? He said, as long as you didn't put him in the hospital, He said, it's going to cost you the same thing either way. Either whether you hit him once or whether you hit him 100 times. He said, it's going to cost you the same amount of money. And back then, my fine on that assault, pleading no contest, was $87.50. I don't know what it is nowadays, but I know it ain't no $87.50. And it happened on the school ground, and that was another $200 fine from the school. But when the school found out what had happened and who it was that did it, and who and they found out that it was me that was involved, they knew ever since I was in school that I don't get into trouble unless I have a reason. So bailed my ass out. The school dropped the $200 when they found out who it was. I had friends in high places. Right now, I got a good friend that's a lawyer that'll give me some advice every once in a while if I ask for it. My brother's wife, well, shit, I done did that twice. My brother's wife, her brother is a judge here in town. And I remember her brother, and he remembers me. Because when he was playing football in junior high, before they go down to the field, him and there was another guy, one of his friends, they would hand me their snuff and ask me to keep their snuff on till the game was over. He said, Coach finds it on us, he's going to bust our ass with that board. That's one thing about it, though. You think about this. Back in the kids nowadays, they get into trouble. They get sent home. They got the cops called. Back in the day, you got in trouble. You would get licked by the principal usually. Then you turned around, you went to your coach. Coach done found out about it. Oh hell, you gonna get your ass busted again. Now you done had your ass busted twice. Now you're gonna go home, and your parents are divorced. Mama gonna beat that ass. Then when daddy gets you, daddy gonna beat that ass. So back in the day, you made damn sure those ass whoopings was worth it before you done shit. Because you're going to get your ass tore up. Before you done anything, you thought about it long and hard and what the consequences could be. I wonder if he actually sorted out that last bag. Yeah, I guess I got it in there in time. You got everything out of there. That's all I'm happy about. That is all I'm happy about. Kids nowadays, they just don't give a shit. They don't have to pay for no, nothing happens to them. And the parents are scared to do anything to them because they're afraid they're going to call CPS on them. My son said something one time about calling CPS on me. I told him, I said, I tell you what, I said, you better hope they get here quick. I said, 'cause I said, I'm going to be whipping your ass till they get here. And I said, and by the time I get out, your ass is going to be grown, and then I'm going to give you a legal ass whooping. Well, that took care of my son saying that he was going to call CPS on me. Oh, Mama usually had a switch. She'd see a good one on the tree. She gonna cut that thing, trim it up, and put water in a rose vase and put that switch in it to keep it fresh. And you can ask my son about this. He will tell you. That's what she did. I remember him telling somebody that hell, my nana always kept a damn switch in a rose vase with water, kept that sucker good and fresh. He said she wasn't scared to use it on our little ass either. And when he went home to his mama, he'd be like, "Mom and Dad," my wife, my ex would say, "Did your mom whip him?" And I said, "Yeah." And maybe she wouldn't. And we got into an argument about it. I told her, I said, "Well, maybe she wouldn't have to whip him if you quit letting him do everything." I remember walking away from the house once after my grandmother was keeping me, and I walked about 2 blocks from the house, and she come looking for me when she couldn't find me. Well, when she found my ass, she grabbed that switch and had it with her. And every time I took a step going back to the house, she would switch my little legs. I was about probably 4 or 5 years old or younger, and I still to this day. And one thing about a switch, you don't forget that shit. You lay down at night. And cover yourself up. Them little whips on your leg from a switch, they still sting. You get in the tub to take a bath, you remember that whooping because that switch stung. They'll lock your ass up. You do that now. Call it child abuse. I seen one guy in a jail was about to get arrested for that. He told that chief of police, he said, either you want to raise him, you want to take care of him, he's all yours. Either you don't want to deal with him, the state don't want to deal with him, I'm going to deal with him the best way I know how. I may not ever beat the shit out of my son, but he damn sure thought I would. It's just the thought of Daddy beating that ass. Well, you got to remember, I'm 6'1" and 225 pounds, and I'm solid. Well, I was back then. I'm still a little solid, not in the arms as much as I used to be in legs, but I was solid. I had an old boy swing a stick at me once. He swung it, and I reached up there and I grabbed that sucker when it was about at in the air when it was about at the 1 o'clock position. And I just stared him dead in his eyes. He let go of that stick and took off running. Help me, help me, help me. Oh, shit. I was quick. I thought quick. I reacted quick. I was taught to do that. And they say what they want to about martial arts, talking about you forget this and forget that. Shit, I remember people would start to do stuff and I just automatically react. It becomes a reaction. Kind of like getting stuck in the finger with a needle. It hurts. You just remember the shit once you learn it. Some of the stuff you still can't do as you get older, but some of the stuff you still can. I can't kick, I can't do this, I can't do that. I can still block. I'm still quick, and I still know where to hit people to hurt them. But I don't do it. But I know how. It's kind of like being trained to be a Marine. You don't forget. You don't forget that stuff they taught you. It's always in the back of your mind, no matter how much you want to forget it. I worked with a guy that was uh, at work. He was, I think he is a Green Beret. He's special ops, and he told me, he said if I knew it wouldn't bring up uh, nightmares again, he said I could tell you stuff that I did that make your stomach turn. I never asked him. I just asked him about being in the service. And I asked him, I said, "With you?" I said, "Did you ever have any battles?" And one of the guys up there was I worked with. He was at Hamburger Hill, and another guy that worked there was he was a chaplain, and he said that they was about to send him up that hill again, and he said I grabbed him. He goes, "No, he's not going up that hill again. He's scheduled to go home today, and he is going home." And he said, "We've been friends ever since." He said, "We're tight." I said, "I imagine so. You saved him going back up." I said, "You may have saved his life." Hamburger Hill was one bad thing. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back. I got to get up and walk around. This time I ain't got to go to the men's room, but I've been sitting here so long my ass is getting flat. What I got left? Well, good. It ain't got dark. I remembered what day it was, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be in there putting that stuff in those machines. Ooh, we're down on metal. 455. All of them got 6 except wood and metal. I can't make a trip out now. It'll get dark. It'll be too dark to see. Shit. Oh well, let's just go ahead. Trying to stay warm. We're waiting on the main front to come through a little later, and when it does, he's gonna kick off some thunder boomers. Going to kick off some thunderstorms around here. Usually thunderstorms, I can sleep like a baby. Maybe that's why I got so tired earlier. I was full. It's cloudy outside. It's cool in the house. Maybe I just got the rainy day sleepies. %90 chance. There's a 40% chance this afternoon, and then that climbs up to 90% later. Damn, this one ain't even going. Expecting some high winds. They say they're not expecting any hail or anything. But last time they said that, we got hail. Big hail. I've only seen big hail down here twice. It hailed once and done $3,200 worth of damage to my vehicle. That's why I went and got insurance today. They dropped me, dude. I'm 30 miles south of Dallas, where I'm at. I don't know where Big Mo's at. It gets cold in Minnesota. My daughter, she's in Point Hope, Alaska. She teaches school there. The money's good. Being a school teacher up there. She is in Point Hope, Alaska. The very first time she taught up there, she was on some island. And the only way on and off that sucker was by airplane or snowplane or whatever they call it. She said she could look out one window and see nothing but the frozen ocean, and look out the other window of her house and see nothing but snow-covered mountains. She eat her first moose stew. She seen them kill a whale and drag it up on shore. Seen polar bears. Well, the lights come on. Damn. Gotta tend to these machines again. My daughter, she likes it up there though. One of the ladies up there on the island when she went up there the first time made her a real Eskimo coat. That thing is beautiful. I think it's made from seal skin. I don't forgot what all it's made out of. I know I'm pretty sure it had seal skin. I like cold weather. I just don't know if I could take it as cold as it is where she's at. Yeah, I talk to her every once in a while. She don't have good cell phone reception where she's at. She can't receive any pictures, can't send no pictures because of internet connections. Let's see, that one needs 2, and this one needs 2. That one needs 30. And that one needs 30. Now I need one more there. Why am I not getting anything? Come on. Ain't got enough light in here. One more. Whoops. Come on now. Sure is being slow about it. Uh-oh. I just got a notice on my phone that said storms have arrived. I thought they were supposed to be here later. Maybe not. Shit. I thought that was the car speakers I was hearing a while ago. I guess not. Okay, we just got done making the axe. Now we got to make the hammer. Oh boy. There goes the weather notifications going off. 63 and 64. And there it goes. Boy, I might ought to go back there and check and make sure that he don't want me to go get nothing to eat. Because I do not want to get out and drive in a damn storm. And his ass would act like it ain't nothing about it. Oh, I've drove him worse than this. Of course, he was the truck driver. So was my dad, but he was smart. During the wintertime, he'd pull over. My dad would pull over and hire somebody to put the snow chains on the tires on the 18-wheeler. He didn't get out in that damn cold ass weather. Now I better take a look. Yeah, here comes the first part of it. The first part of it is we'll move through my area here in about 15 minutes. The storm part of it ain't got here, but some of the heavy rain is getting here. That'll almost take care of all of it. We gathered a pretty good bit. So it's running. Depends on what you're making as to how much it uses. Got one more machine. Nice looking little sledgehammer. I never bought a sledgehammer in a box though. I don't even think I bought a hammer that's in a box. That's the last pallet of of that jewelry box, I think. We got one more pallet of hammers to make, one more pallet of water bottles to make, one more pallet of folders to make. Yeah, my daughter fusses at me quite a bit. Especially if I'm not eating right or doing right. Oh boy. The wind outside is starting to pick up. I can tell because the cam on my front porch, it picks up anything. And it's been going off, and I looked at it a while ago, and the leaves are blowing on the front porch, and it's picking up every damn one of them that blow up there. It stacks these things real nice. That I do like. I like 12 there. I like 11 there. I imagine when the main storm gets here, they'll probably set off the civil defense sirens to let us know, because it's supposed to be pretty intense. But I think the main stormy part ain't supposed to be here till 8 o'clock. That's freaking 4 more hours. We're just getting the first part of the rain. We're supposed to pick up 3 to 4 inches of rain in my area where I'm at. I mean, we hadn't really got much yet, but there's the plastic, there's the paper, there's the plastic, metal, out of metal, or out of metal and out of wood. Don't tell me how much money I lost. I still got tons of stock out there. I ain't lost nothing. I'm getting shit for free and turning it into products. Well, not exactly free, but we're going to get a lot of organic stuff. You go there. I'll give you a little one today. I'll give you a little one today. I will give you a hard one yesterday. Hey, try to be nice to y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Living here in the house I'm in now, we've only had one come close to the house, and it ripped up a tree and took the roof off a house in the alley back behind me, and it took the tree and laid it across the street. Just like it looked like it just placed it there. All right. Where's the other one? I bought 2 of y'all. All right, one more pallet of those. I got one more pallet of bottles coming. It ain't gonna make no more of those. Well, it's 4 o'clock. I might ought to go ahead and call it for right now, and go in there and see if I can see if what he wants, and see if I need to go to the store for anything or go to McDonald's or Whataburger or somewhere, depends on what he wants, and get back. And if the weather it don't get, if there's supposed to be a lot of lightning, but I haven't tuned in since noon, so I need to check in on that, because I think we got one channel that starts the weather about 4, and I'm going to go ahead and check on that. But don't get too bad, I'll come back in here, but I don't want to get on here and be streaming and lightning knock me offline or something. But if not, I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm glad y'all tuned in. Please, please drop a like. It really helps me. And if you'd like to know when I do play again, hit that notifications button and hit subscribe and the notification. I'm trying to get to 500 by the end of the year. That way I can start off next year offering, like a membership deal so people can have chat icons and all that other stuff. And I might do some little giveaways, because I do know somebody that makes hats and t-shirts and all that, and I know how to make some of them myself. So, we'll see. We're going to see where this journey leads me. I just started it, like I say, in March or April. So I thought that getting to 500 wouldn't be that big a deal, but after you get certain, there's one day I just had a ton of people come in here, and they started subscribing. But I get one every once in a while. But the ones I do get are the ones that really want to know now. I think those others just come in here just to help me out with my likes and my subs. But I got people that really do like to come in here and watch, which is cool. And, I'm not looking to be no great big shot, but one guy come in here one day and he told me, he said, I hope you turn into be one of the big YouTubers. He said, I like watching you. So we'll see. I'm out of everything anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for now. Well, shit. What are you doing? I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for now. Nope. Is that it? Nope. There it is. Anyway, I'll catch y'all hopefully a little later this evening. If not, I'll be on there bright and early in the morning. Silver Tiger, Big Mo, appreciate y'all jumping in chat and talking. Give me something to look at. Woo, 28 degrees, Mo. Damn, boy. It got down to 40, 44. I think it's either this morning or morning before last. So old winter's knocking at the door. We got our heaters ready, but right now I hadn't needed the heaters. I just needed a little bit of covers. But I